Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday and a typical life of an SB. Even though, as you're fully aware, I was jazzing it up to actually do some series based on the Know Your Worth series on my Beauty from Ashes. So hopefully you guys can be aware, and if you're following, about what's been on my heart and mind and soul at the moment, to share out for being the voice of the other woman that may feel the same way in some everyday topics that we face. But some of these topics should hopefully support and motivate you all, not just for the females, but my main objective here to support others, young and old, basically, of the male and females sort of thing. I'm hoping to aim for it as a bigger channel sort of thing. And all further ado, as you know, that basically also I was talking about basically Know Your Worth, I Am a Woman, in two parts sort of thing, sharing my heart, what I felt in my being, how I felt, you know, when I was down and out sort of thing, as well as this one that's coming up now on hopefully the last part of my Know My Worth series, which is called Picking Up the Pieces. This was basically written long ago, so to speak, in the presence of when I was down and out, when I was trying to get out of a relationship sort of thing, which was really, really hard at that time, even though many people may think it can be easy and done sort of thing, even though giving those many chances and giving myself so many excuses and feeling that despite these excuses that was going through in my mind, as well as these thoughts, you know, that I was fighting against with the patterns of, you know, abuse and whatever else it may be, that hopefully in the long run that it would have, you know, come into light. So this one basically is a bit of this, and hopefully you guys will understand and feel for me, for also, as well as maybe others around you that can relate to this in a way, and hopefully something in this will actually make you click, hopefully, even though, like, I know that everybody's journey is different, and that at this moment of time I am doing the very hardest just to do what I can for me, even though, like, okay, yeah, I'm getting a lot of, you know, hate messages, a lot of, you know, people out of spite telling me this is not what life is all about, you know, how I see it versus what they may see it, even though some people are just out there in the big world for a little while sort of thing, even though based on my everyday encounters of what I've been through, and that I know that for a fact that, you know, I've learned now that everybody's journey is different. So, and all further ado, I'll read this last part 3, Picking Up the Pieces, Knowing My Worth. Basically, just bear in mind, as I said, this was written a few years ago based on a guy I dated, how I felt at the time, even though, like I said, I feel comfort to pen to paper as well as to the screen now, but hopefully, even though, yes, it's worldwide, that I'm hoping that many people will actually understand me more as a person, even though, like I said, there's so many misunderstandings and miscommunication with some people around me, be it whatever it may be, and hopefully this journey that I'm going through hopefully won't be a lonely one, but then on all further ado, you know, this is life. Alright, let's go. Knowing My Worth, Picking Up the Pieces, part 3. Dear, it's supposed to be saying, starting off as Dear X, I have mixed emotions right now, as that you say that you cared about me, loved me, adored me, about everything about me in all ways that I have, and yet to this day clearly have shown me that you don't through your actions and words. I'm feeling confused, heartbroken, lost, torn, lied to, at, etc. and the works. I'm so confused on how you could say to me that you loved me so much, pretending that I meant everything to you, how you could pretend to act like everything was alright between us, and how you would make me feel whole, happy and complete, despite the fact that we were basically living our life as a lie, you know, smiling and acting that everything was okay to the point of no return. But you just throw it all away, all back in my face for another girl that you bully no one and you. I'm shocked that you were able to give up and stop caring for me anymore like you once did, as this didn't happen. I didn't even realize at that time that something was wrong, and I was so blinded by your lies, fake identity, and more, as this happened all of a sudden and all so fast, however. Yes, I'm hurt that you moved on to someone new so fast without bothering to tell me, and having me to find out from that particular someone myself, or even just a few of my friends along the way. I had to see it to believe it, so to speak, to know what was said and done, that you were moving on to a new girl sort of thing, telling me that you weren't worth anything at all yourself, to how you treated me and the way you spoke to me. What you didn't blindly see, though, however, this girl, me, loved you with everything in her being. Everything you had and I had together. What you and I did to please you, to make you happy, and me happy in the process, putting my plans on hold just to be with you, putting my ideal functionality of what a man should really be. This girl, me, would drop everything in the top of her hat, as well as giving up her time, energy, and anything else. Whenever I felt you just needed someone to talk to, I was that one girl that would reach out and stand by you through the bad times as well as the good times, to show you what love is all about, respect is all about, the relationship is all about. While the others behind you were talking about you behind you, laughing behind you, laughing about your dreams, your visions, your thoughts, of to what it may be, of what you wanted to become or becoming in this years of age as you grow and mature. Many people came and go in your circle, but I was still there, standing in the background, waiting for that time moment that you would come back and actually just acknowledge that. Thank you for being there for me. But did it come? No. I was the one girl that listened to you, basically, moaning and groaning about everything, regardless what it be, basically. Be it you had a bad day at work, be it that you don't want to be at work, be it you're just sick and tired of living, you just want to give up life. I was that one girl supporting your back, regardless of the tiresome efforts that I tried to please you, regardless that I had to change my hat of certain situations while I was sitting down listening to you day in, day out, complaining about your day, or just wanting someone to talk to, just for me to just shut up and listen, as you call it. I was the one girl that you felt that, despite being listened to, that you felt you were ignored. I know the deal, to be honest with you. I feel your pain. I hear you. I've been through it all myself. Be it being broken, being tired, be it being that I don't want to be here anymore, be it me wanting to end my life. But here I am today, just to prove to you that I was that one girl that I thought you dreamed of, that you really wanted in your circle to love and cherish forever and ever. I was the one girl thinking that you were the best thing that had even happened to her. And now I just can't help myself but cry myself that night with all these tears, pretty much. Tears of pain, tears of distraught, tears of everything that came at me in those sleepless nights. All the time crying myself at night, dreaming and hoping that you would change your mind, change your attitude, change your everything in about you, even though I was asking of you for all this change. But did it come? No. It took, as I was praying and hoping in that midst, while I was away from you, be it in a distance, be it wherever I was still there, being that one girl, thinking that, you'll come running back to me, asking for forgiveness, and actually to give you that chance, even though, yes, you had that many chances, feeling for me that I shouldn't have given you that many chances once before when you came knocking on my door. I just couldn't help myself, but as I said, crying my tears at night, all these sleepless nights, thinking that things would change. Yet it didn't. You took everything away from me, however, and smashed it into tiny pieces, as well as smashing my world. This girl, me, is left wondering to herself time and time again what has happened, why did it happen, all the what ifs, the maybes, and all the other mixed messages and mixed thoughts that she had in her mind, playing over and over again like a tape recorder. Reliving it and thinking that what could have I done to make it better. I always thought of these patterns of questions also about, what could I have done it to make it better? What did I do to cause you this much pain, causing you so much grief? What could I do to make things better to now make you decide that you didn't want me anymore? You just treated me like trash instead of a princess. You just thought it was just the real deal, that you wanted me just for the sake of a long ride, basically, of obviously wanting me to basically just holler when I'm ready, just to, get my bonbons going. These grief, etc. between... What did I do to cause this much grief and more between you and I? What did I do to cause you not wanting her anymore, as in myself? These questions and doubt were running through her mind, leaving unanswered questions and unanswered answers to the point of no return, that she had to just seek out the answers for herself through her family and friends, or even just by herself right now and forever. At this time, despite the clouds of doubt, insecurities and more, when she felt that you loved her, cherished her, and the works, basically, it it didn't help basically at that time frame, no matter what, that she felt that she could have been better and done better. She felt it was all her fault, however, also of what has happened, as she was the one carrying all the burdens besides you, just trying to shake it off pretty much and just keep on your merry way thinking everything was okay, when in the reality everyone around you knew there was something up between you and I to this point of this day. Despite the burden she was carrying, yes, she thought she was moving so fast, even though she remained loyal to you. You did the opposite, however, not being loyal to her. You just threw away the loyalty, the trust and everything out of the window, out of the door, to say, I didn't want this no more. Even if you didn't say it, you just did it through your actions, just to run from girl to girl, leaving the one girl, me, on the curb, just thinking that it's okay just to treat the way you did. But then to this day I realise and remember this, that it wasn't my fault to what has happened between you and I. It takes two to tango. It takes two to cause a big dreaded mess. Yet it was yours and yours mainly alone that made the mess in the first place, even though you should have been man enough to actually confess that you were in the wrong, despite that, yes, you maybe were wanting the same thing from me, to admit that I was wrong. Why should I apologise to something that I didn't do or say, to the point that just to please you and basically just to cover everything up, like I say, living in a mask that didn't belong there. I hope that you feel that no matter what, you made the right decision into basically leaving this amazing woman, me, basically for someone that you barely knew or no one. But if things don't work out between you, but don't bother trying to come back crawling to me, begging me for forgiveness. Yes, I do forgive, but as I say, forgive and forget, but sometimes in the end, I may forgive, but sometimes I might not forget either, to the times that was bad and good between you and I. I will eventually heal and pull through all of this. However, I have been through it all. I know I'm a stronger woman. I deserve better. However, I will eventually find someone that will accept me for who and what I am, and will accept me, everything about me. But for now, I need my healing process just to be on my merry way. You gave me so many broken promises, so many broken dreams. Were staying with me when I needed you the most. Regardless that I didn't cry out for help like a girl or the guy that cried wolf basically 3 times sort of thing. I'm the kind of girl, as you know, we're trying to be self-independent, and you blamed all my attitude, ignorance and everything else, basically being the one with the big cat attitude, whereas it's not. All I say for this one is good luck to having this new chick, this one girl, Wa, that you once had, and you don't worry about it anymore. She'll try and move on and do the best to move on, to be free and happy like she should have been in the first place. Well, this ends basically my channel blog of part 3, my worth series, basically. Picking up the pieces, that's the one I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm just trying to recollaborate after what I read. I'm trying not to get too emotional on this one. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter or Facebook on SB Answers All, to support me on everyday encounters of what you want to hear about, basically. Some you may not want to hear, but as I said, I want to encourage and motivate you all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, basically. Even though this came from my heart years ago, basically, when I was, in the relationship that was years of abuse, thinking, it was okay to stay in there. It's okay, like I said, not to feel okay, but it's not okay to maybe, as I'm trying to share out here, hopefully once I bring out that series of abuse or whatever, that, it's not okay to stay in that relationship, even if you did give that guy so many chances, regardless, you think you loved him and you knew him and stuff, but, everybody changes, and some people change for the good, some for the bad, and all that, but, everybody makes their choices and mistakes in that, and even though it doesn't mean for those people when they make their choices good or bad, they have to reflect on actually picking out the faults and flaws. What I'm learning right now is that people should just accept you for who you are, regardless of your past and present, of what you've been through, accept everything about you. And I'm trying to learn right now for me that I need to accept me for me, and that hopefully in the long run that, as I said in this part, that one day when I move on and find a decent guy, if there is a decent guy, like, I'm trying not to think that there's no decent guy, there is a happy ending somewhere in amongst the mess that I've been through, that hopefully, it will come true. But in all further ado, like I said, I better stop blabbering on, or else I'm going to run out of time on this, video that I'm sharing with you. But thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a good day, and just don't forget to give me a thumbs up for more sort of thoughts on these everyday encounterships of what I'm sharing with you on the Beauty from Ashes channel, which I'm hoping, like I said, to add more on it, as well as hopefully maybe, I don't know, put it onto that everyday encounter in a typical life of an Aspie as well. I don't know, but just keep an eye out anyway. Like I said, I'll give you the guys the heads up also about the book, even though I'm trying to finish up the ending part of it just to make sense of it all. Even though, yes, I do have my struggles, but I'll give you a lowdown on what's going on there, hopefully in a separate video, just to let you know. If you guys are still interested in maybe, knowing what's going on, and hopefully maybe also if you really want to support me by, purchasing the book and stuff, so it's become awareness, because that's my main goal, making this condition an awareness and understanding and all that. You know the drill, obviously, if you followed me through and supported me through this sort of thing. I thank you, and thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all soon.